Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Build a House, where we are building a reptile house. For those that didn't see all the previous episodes, we're going to take a little tour right now throughout the house, which we do have also, I guess it might be half time already, or more than that I think. So yeah. Let's just have a look what we built so far. The first habitat here on the right side is for the Aldabra giant tortoise. And then we are going down the stairs to the next very big habitat. We have two of those. This first one is for the American alligators with a nice little underwater viewing area. Well, little might be an understatement. It's a big underwater viewing area. So then we are going up the stairs once again, having the Asian water monitors on the right side, and then walking along this hallway where we do have four little exhibits for some exhibit animals. And finally, the last habitat that we built in the last episode for the Komodo dragons. Yeah, that's it so far. And today we are going to build the twin habitat for the habitat with the American alligators. But we're not going to have American alligators in there. You've already seen it in the thumbnail. We are going to have a nice big habitat for the Gharial. Yeah, it might be a little repetitive from time to time when you are watching this series, because many things that I'm doing is yeah, almost the same that I'm doing in every other episode, because we do have the complete same style here in this whole building. I try to make the habitats look a little bit different, so that is what I'm going to do right now today in the habitat for the Gharials as well. But the first thing I had to do is change the groundwork for our building a little bit, because I noticed that our keepers wouldn't be able to go into the habitat for the Gharials, so I had to make this little backstage area here. So the space right here on the left side for the from the Gharials is going to be our last habitat for the outer circle of our building, which is going to be for the Galapagos giant tortoise, which are going to move in next week's episode. Yes, and then we are going on to continue for our two center habitats. After the two center habitats, once they are finished, we are going to have, I think, 1 or 2 more episodes. Just don't know it right now. Might be 1, might also be 2, where we are going to create all the stuff for our staff areas, so backstage stuff, and also for the guest services, like for the souvenirs. I think we do have food or information counters in there as well. So that's what's going to happen. Then we also need to build the roof for the centerpiece of our building, and yeah, we also do need to make the outside look pretty. So lots of stuff to do still, even though we're almost halfway through the whole building. But there's lots of work to do for the coming episodes as well. So as you could see, I already put in the in-game glass barrier here for our centerpiece, for the pool or the underwater viewing area for the Gharials. I'm going to use the same technique that I used for the American alligators, which means that we are going to create a pool inside by using the glass barrier. all around the water area for the animals. And what you have to do afterwards is that you deselect parts of the glass barrier so that you don't have it as an actual habitat what's the word? Habitat barrier, so that your animals can go into the pool without you getting a notification that one of your animals has escaped. So that is something that you definitely have to do when you are going to build something like this. You can see me putting the glass barrier around here, where we are going to have the water in there later on. I got a little bit of a problem right here. Yeah, that piece, that small piece that you saw me placing there is the problematic one. Because I'm going to fill in the water afterwards in the height that I do need for the pool for the Gharial. And then I'm going to lower down the barriers into the ground, or as high as the water level is. But this single one piece, I was not able to lower it down, and I just don't know why that was. So if you guys have any clues what might be the reason for that, just let me know in the comment section. I would be happy to know that, because yeah, it was so annoying. Well, in the end I figured out what to do, or what I could actually do to work around that. But yeah, would be nice if it was possible to lower it down as well as the other pieces of the glass barrier. So there's that. Yeah, as you already can hear, my voice is getting better from time to time. So yeah, it's getting better, then a few days later it's getting a little bit worse again, and it just won't stop. But I'm on my way, I think, and yeah, we are getting there. So I might not be completely able to talk through the whole episode, but I'm trying to do it as long as possible. So I hope you guys do still understand that. And yeah, as I saw in the last video, you guys already enjoyed the video without my voiceover the whole time, so I'm not worrying about you being bored by only listening to music. Yeah, so as I said in the beginning, some parts might be a little bit repetitive, like this one here, where I'm making the air condition or whatever, and putting down the lamps here as well. I think I'm going to do a tour at night time once the whole thing is finished as well, because the whole building looks pretty cool when it's getting dark in there. So with all the lamps and all the lighting that we do have in here, it looks pretty cool. Almost a little bit Christmas vibes, I might say. Yeah, the great thing when you build something like this is that you can use all the stuff that you already do have in the building, like roof pieces. So I was able to use the complete roof that I built for the alligators, so I didn't have to come up with something new. Yeah, would have looked a little bit weird if I made something new and not using the same one that we already had for the alligators. So there's that. So here you can see now me putting down all those fence pieces and being not able to. Yeah. So the first thing that I had to do is lower the glass pieces a little bit more into the ground. That is something that you have to do because these glass pieces have to be in a certain height. Here you can see this one just wouldn't go down. It is as big as the others are. It is as lowered into the ground as all the other pieces are as well, but it just didn't go down. Not just a millimeter. And yeah, that was a little bit frustrating, but as I told you guys, in the end I'm coming up with a solution that works pretty fine. So yeah. Having some window pieces here on the back as well, so that we do have much light in the building. Because we do not have a nocturnal house, we do have a reptile house, so we need lots of light and lots of heat, and we can manage to get that with lots of glass pieces and with lots of sun that heatens up the complete area, so that we don't need that much heaters to heat up the whole building. It's almost like a huge greenery. Yeah, the windows here are slightly bigger than in the habitat for the alligators. But if you're walking through the house, you wouldn't notice. Yeah, some metal beams right in between, and here we are. Some more air circulation. And then we can go and do some interior stuff, I think. Yeah, and as I said, if you have built already so many things in this whole building, you can easily copy things around and use it once again. So yeah, I guess the hardest part is coming up with some ideas, building the first habitats, and the rest is pretty easy, because you can always take the things that you already had done, make it slightly different so that it doesn't get too boring for the visitors and for everyone watching, and there's that. Yeah, and here you can already see, or still see, the glass barrier pieces that are sticking to the floor. So I'm coming up with a solution for that as well. I elevated the floor pieces a little bit, especially on the right side where we do have the little land area, so that you won't see the glass pieces again, so that our crocodiles are easily able to get into the water area. On the left, I didn't elevate it that far, so what I'm going to do is using some of the rock pieces, the small, long, roundish ones, and just put it over there, so that we do have a little, yeah, something like a, not a gap, I only know the word in German, so yeah, but you guys know what I mean. So you have this little bump, yeah, I call it bump, where our Gharials actually could walk very easy over that, so that is not a problem for them at all, because they are not bears. bears might have a little problem with that, because bears have such a ridiculous mechanic in the game. So especially the grizzlies, I don't know if it is the same problem with all of the bears, but bears in the game are ridiculous. They can't just walk over a little rock. So this is fascinating. Oh, and guys, I wanted to address something pretty quick. I think we didn't talk about it in the last episode. Well, I didn't talk that much at all, but now we know that the next installment from Frontier, which is going to be released somewhere this fall, I think it would be October or something, we're going to see the release of Planet Coaster 2. It was speculated a lot that this game was going to be the next installment, the next creative game that Frontier would release, and I'm very happy about that. We're definitely going to play that game here on this channel. So once the game is released, there's definitely going to be at least one series for Planet Coaster here on this channel on a regular basis as well, because to be completely honest, I started everything with Planet Coaster. I didn't record anything, but I played that game long before Planet Zoo was even released or was even announced to be in the works. I remember that we discussed about a potential Planet Safari or something like that that was going to come, and maybe 1 year later Planet Zoo was announced. So that is where I started. Then Planet Zoo came out and I didn't get back into Planet Coaster because the mechanics in Planet Zoo were so much better, and it was hard for me to get back into Planet Coaster and lower down all the experiences and all the things that I learned from Planet Zoo to get back into the game. So I'm looking very much forward into Planet Coaster 2, and I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. But with that being said, Planet Zoo is not going to stop on this channel once Planet Coaster is released. I'm still planning on doing 2 series or 2 episodes of Planet Zoo per week, one for my English projects and one for the German project. And I'm thinking about doing one project maybe in German for Planet Coaster. So I think that would be enough. So 3 videos per week is something that I can come up with without getting too stressed, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to do more than that. I hope you guys will be there for it. I hope you guys will enjoy the stuff. And as I said, Planet Zoo is not going to stop anytime soon here on this channel. There's always going to be my focus on animals and zoos. So that being assured. Yeah, I also got a little poll on my YouTube channel where I was asking you guys if you were looking forward to seeing Planet Coaster videos here on this channel, or if you are not interested. And the main part of you guys were very much interested. Only a few people seem to not want to see or not be interested in Planet Coaster, but as I said, be assured there's always going to be Planet Zoo stuff, and plenty of that here on my channel. Yeah, putting some more plants in here. And as I'm putting down all these plants, I was thinking I have to come up with some ideas of what I'm going to do in the background of this building, because some of these plants might stick through the walls. I didn't care about it because you can't see it from the inside, but once we are going to do the outside of the building, there's definitely going to be a solution for that. We need to come up with something so that you don't see any plants sticking through the walls, because that would be a little bit awkward. We don't want that. So putting some logs in the water and some of the faux rocks as well, so that we can have some underwater plants in here as well. And it already looks pretty nice, I think. Some aquatic plants. But not too many, so that we are able to actually see the animals. Ground nettles. Just copying those planters around here so that we do have a very similar area here on that side. Using different plants this time. The silver fern, I do love the plants. I wanted to say the animals. I do love the plants from the Oceania DLC. They are so amazing, and I really do love to use them for tropical habitats, because they are just, yeah, the best plants that we do have so far in the game. Some decoration. As we don't have an Gharial statue, I wanted to use this one here. I was looking for something to place them on, because this is just the head of the statue, but we only do have the bottom for the cobra, so I thought it would look a little bit weird if I put the Gharial head on top of the cobra. I tried it, don't get me wrong, I tried it, but yeah, it just didn't look right. So yeah, I was not there for that. So I decided we're going to stick it in the wall and leave it there like that. Okay, getting a little bit into backstage stuff. And once again, I'm going to do something pretty similar that we did for the alligators as well. I'm going to delete pieces of the wall so that our keepers actually could look into the habitat for the Gharials. I didn't want them to walk right into the habitat because I thought that would be a little bit dangerous. Well, maybe not that dangerous as it would be for the alligators, because yeah, Gharials are mainly focused on feeding on fish, and with their snout they are not even able to bite a huge chunk out of a human being. So I do think that there are no actual fatalities recorded with Gharials and humans, but yeah, you never know. If you guys know anything about that, just let me know in the comments. But I was thinking that Gharials are not really dangerous for humans because, yeah, we are not on their menu. They couldn't even eat us with a snout like that. Well, they definitely could hurt us, but I think it's not possible to get any fatal injuries from a Gharial. But yeah, as I said, you never know. Yeah, doing just the bare minimum on backstage stuff. And then calling it a day. We still have to do the barriers. You're going to see that right here. So this is the part where I'm going to select the barriers and yeah, deselect the option that they are used as habitat barriers. So I only needed to select the right pieces of the pool and the pieces on the left side as well, because the pieces in the front where we do have the underwater viewing area were absolutely right, and the pieces on the back were also. So yeah. Yeah, here I was a little bit confused where to put the barriers, but I found out. Yeah, and then we are ready, just putting some of those decal pieces here and there to make it look a little bit more used, like we did for the other habitats as well. And then we are already done. And I was able to talk through the whole episode. Hallelujah! It's getting better. It hurts a little bit. I have to be completely honest, but I'm doing fine. So, yeah, we are at the end of the video. We are going into the real-time part in just a few seconds, so I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did so, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already, and absolutely tune in next Monday when we are going to finish the outer circle of our building with the habitat for the Galapagos giant tortoise right here on the left side. Okay guys, so have a great time, take care of yourself, and see you next week. Bye guys!